Welcome interns. I know you are all very anxious to get a peek of what it's like to be in the bureau. But before we get into all that, let me debrief you on me, Special Agent Baldigos, and how I got to where I am at this point in my life today. I strongly believe that my purpose in this life is to protect those around me, make them feel safe at all times. And I think I really realized this my junior year at Valencia. I was doing dual enrollment and I was taking a class called Nursing Experience. And within this class, I took a couple of assessments, one being Strength Quest. And from the Strength Quest quiz, my top 3 themes were Achiever, Activator, and Relator. And it made perfect sense to me because I always loved achieving something, I always loved doing something, and I love relating to people. And this ties back perfectly to my career because what better way to achieve something than to be serving your country and protecting it from terrorism. That's my purpose statement. I feel an astonishing amount of achievement whenever someone feels safe and protected around me, because honestly it just helps me feel great. And it's all these themes that I learned throughout SLS that led me to a clearer conscience of who I want to be in the future, and it landed me exactly where I needed to be. Onto the academic side of things. In dual enrollment, I completed my associates in general studies, and after I finished my active duty contract with the Marine Corps, I obtained my associates of science in criminal justice at Valencia, and that led me to UCF, where I earned my bachelor's in criminal justice. Now, you may be wondering, what brought me to the decision to pursue criminal justice? Well, it's quite simple. From all the tests that I've taken, and after finding my purpose, I think I came to the conclusion that criminal justice was best for me and something that I really enjoyed and something that I will enjoy for the future and for my career. As for my academic cost, my junior year I was enrolled in dual enrollment, so that got completely paid off for, and that's how I got my associates in general education. For my associates in science and my bachelor's, the United States Marine Corps paid entirely for it, and I did not pay anything out of pocket at all. While in college, I had a plethora of resources that were available to me, but one that really stood out to me was the Math Depot, because I am absolutely horrible at math. But however, whenever I had a lesson I was struggling on or a final, I went to the Math Depot and they helped me out in a jiffy, and I was all set for the finals, and it helped me pass, definitely. Another resource that I absolutely have to mention is the library, because that is where the majority of my work and research is done, and for the most part, this was what got me through college. The first major step that I took into becoming an FBI agent was joining the military. To be more specific, the Marine Corps. Now, of course, joining the military is not mandatory to join the FBI, but for me, it was perfect, since it will pay off my tuition, give me prime experience in becoming. While on the topic of the Marine Corps, back in SLS class, we did a project called the Career Interview, where I interviewed a Marine Corps recruiter. He told me about military police, and I was intrigued, and that's the MOS that I ended up going into. I did not regret it at all, because that's where I got all my experience from during the FBI, and it was great. Now in front of you are all the necessary requirements for the FBI. Yes, it is a lot, and yes, it's pretty strict, but the most significant ones to focus on is having the 3+ years of professional work experience and having the 4-year degree at an accredited university or institution. The main job of an FBI special agent is to enforce federal law. This can include interviewing sources, conducting surveillance, monitoring court-authorized wiretapping, or even working undercover. FBI agents also have a lot of paperwork, and it is a very time-consuming career. Being an FBI agent is mentally and physically demanding. You're always on call, and you never know what you're going to run into, whether it's a court case or a raid at a drug dealer's house. You absolutely do not know what you're going to run into, or at what moment it could pop up. Thank you so much for attending this debriefing of my life. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask. I wish all of you guys good luck on your journey to becoming special agents, and I hope to see you on the field soon.
Created using Powtoon.